The door swung open for half a second. That was all it took. One mistake, one wrong door, and a moment that would change a man's life forever. For a single dad already stretched thin by grief, bills, and bedtime stories whispered through exhaustion, kindness arrived in the most unexpected way. Sometimes the smallest accidents open the biggest doors, and sometimes the people we think are untouchable are the ones who teach us how powerful simple kindness can be. Before we begin, if stories like this warm your heart and remind you of the good still left in the world, please subscribe, like this video, and share your thoughts in the comments. It helps our community grow here on your channel name, and your support truly means everything. Mark Reynolds never meant to be late, but being a single father to an 8-year-old daughter named Lily meant mornings were unpredictable. Shoes went missing, breakfast burned, homework appeared out of nowhere. And that morning, Lily had cried because she missed her mom, who had passed away 2 years earlier after a long illness. Mark worked as a building maintenance supervisor at a sleek corporate tower in downtown Chicago. It was a good job, steady work, and it kept a roof over their small apartment. Still, every paycheck felt like it vanished the moment it arrived. That day, Mark was called up to the executive floor to fix a malfunctioning door lock. The upper floors were quiet, polished, and intimidating. Thick carpets muted every footstep. The air smelled faintly of lemon cleaner and money. He checked the work order again. Suite 1804. He walked down the hallway, tools in hand, and reached a door that was slightly ajar. Assuming it was the one reported, he knocked once, lightly, but didn't hear a response. "Maintenance," he said, pushing the door open, and then he froze. Inside stood a woman clearly startled, mid-motion, slipping on a blazer. Her eyes widened in shock. Mark's heart dropped straight into his stomach. I'm so sorry," he blurted out, immediately stepping back and pulling the door closed. "Wrong door. I'm so sorry." His face burned with embarrassment. He stood there, stunned, replaying the moment in his head. He felt sick. This was how people lost their jobs. Seconds later, the door opened again. "Sir?" the woman said, calmer now. "It's okay, truly. Accidents happen." Mark looked up and nearly forgot how to breathe. He recognized her instantly. Emma Caldwell, the CEO of the entire company. "I didn't realize maintenance would come so fast," she added gently. "You did knock." Mark nodded, barely able to speak. "I should have waited longer. I'm really sorry." She studied him for a moment, not with anger but curiosity. "What's your name?" "Mark. Mark Reynolds." "Well, Mark Reynolds," she said with a small smile. "Thank you for being respectful. You'd be surprised how rare that is." She directed him to the correct suite next door and went on with her day. Mark fixed the lock, his hands still shaking. He expected an email by lunchtime, a quiet termination, a security escort out of the building. But none of that happened. Instead, later that afternoon, his phone buzzed with a message from HR. His stomach twisted. He opened it slowly. It wasn't a warning, it was an invitation. Emma Caldwell wanted to meet. Mark sat across from her in a sunlit conference room, his palms damp. He explained everything, again apologizing. She listened carefully, then asked him something unexpected. "How's your day going, really?" The question caught him off guard. No one ever asked that and actually meant it. The words spilled out before he could stop them. He talked about Lily, about losing his wife, about trying to be both mom and dad, about how tired he always felt. Emma didn't interrupt, she just listened. When he finished, she nodded slowly. "You know," she said, "I lost my father when I was young. My mom worked 3 jobs. People were kind to us in ways they'll never know changed everything." Mark swallowed hard. "Kindness," she continued, "isn't a grand gesture. It's noticing, it's listening. You did that today, even in an awkward moment." She thanked him for his honesty and dismissed him with a warm smile. Mark left confused but relieved. Weeks passed. Life returned to its usual rhythm. Mark fixed lights, patched walls, and rushed home every evening to help Lily with homework. Money was still tight. Hope still felt fragile. Then, one Friday afternoon, Mark was called into HR again. This time, Emma was there. She offered him a new position, facilities manager for the entire building, better hours, better pay, health benefits that would finally cover Lily's therapy sessions. Mark was speechless. "I didn't do this because of that day," Emma said gently. "I did it because I watched how you treat people, the cleaners, the security guards, everyone. Kindness shows up in patterns." Tears filled Mark's eyes. Life began to change, slowly, then all at once. Mark was home more. He cooked real dinners. He showed up to Lily's school events without checking his watch. He started smiling again. One evening, Lily asked, "Daddy, why are you happier?" Mark knelt beside her bed and thought for a moment. "Because someone was kind to me when they didn't have to be." Months later, Mark saw Emma in the lobby. She was rushing, phone to her ear. She paused when she saw him. "How's Lily?" she asked. "She's doing great," Mark said. "Thank you for everything." Emma smiled. "Just pass it on." And Mark did. He started a small fund at work to help employees in emergencies. He brought coffee to the night crew. He learned names. He listened. Kindness echoed. Years later, Lily would write a college essay about the moment her dad accidentally opened the wrong door, about how one mistake turned into a miracle, about how kindness, once given, never really stops traveling. Because sometimes the wrong door leads you exactly where you're meant to be. So if you're watching this today feeling unseen, overwhelmed, or one small step away from giving up, remember this: your kindness matters, even when no one applauds, even when it feels invisible. You never know whose life you're changing.